you're a Leo born July 23rd to August 22nd, what can you expect for the month of July 2018? Let's tune in and find out. So Leos, I just feel like, some of you have been kind of slid off a little bit off your path. And I feel, like there's some of this anxiety happening for you and knowing what you need to do and then just getting in there and doing it. So there's some sticky things that you have to work out. Maybe for some of you, it's about a relationship. Maybe you're not that happy with it. And you're like, ugh, where do I go from here? For other people, it has to do, potentially with your career and how do I get to the next level, or how do I get them understand that, I'm so much more than what you see from me. So I see this part of yourself, a situation that you're working on that you want it to be different. You want to bring more to it. You want to expand it. And whether that's yourself personally or whether it's your career or your relationship, this is the energy that you're working with, that need to expand, need to be bigger, need to really activate the courage and that grit that you have and bring it forward. So now you're going to have some help this month. We've got a couple eclipses. We have a new moon, partial solar eclipse in Cancer on July 12th, and then a full total lunar eclipse on July 27th. And then you have 2 weeks after that in August in your sign, which is the end of a series of eclipses. And now remember, eclipses are beginnings and endings, and they're powerful, and things can happen really fast. And their influence lasts up to 6 months. So when you have these series of eclipses going on in your life, they eclipse you out of one thing and move you into another. So there are these big radical shifts and adjustments. So how your life looks over the next 12 months changes, right? Now, and depending on what's been going on for you or where you're at with your birth chart is which area of your life it's going to affect. So let's begin with relationships. For those of you in a coupled relationship, let's see what's in store for you this month. Well, this is nice. You're really, it feels like a lot of you are really feeling in harmony and in sync with your relationship. Some of you have some new relationships that you're cultivating and working and feeling your way through, and it may be it may not be it, but there's definitely a supportive energy here. So there's something that this person is bringing into your life that you haven't been able to get on your own, right? And even if you've been in a long-term relationship, our relationships go through cycles. So there may be something that you're revisiting in your relationship with your partner that you saw maybe 10 years ago or 20 years ago that needs to be corrected or shifted or adjusted, right? That maybe you didn't get then, but you're going to get now. So whatever's being brought up is an aspect of ourself that is a change that we need to make. So I do feel like this supporting energy from this partner for you this month, and I do feel like they're right there in alignment with you, helping you accomplish something that you weren't able to do on your own. And for some, that just means healing. Maybe you lost somebody close to you and your partner is really there and helping you console. It could be that maybe you've are dealing with some past history, emotional pain that's now coming up and your partner is helping you through it. So there's opportunity here to heal. So I really like the close relationships that you're having in your romantic life. A lot of it too is I see your partner's changing you in terms of expecting more from you and calling on more from you. So I feel like your partners are looking at you differently and saying, yeah, you can handle this and you need to be doing this, right? And so I do feel there's this supportive energy in that they see something good in you and want to help elevate that inside of yourself. So the relationships are very supportive, opening you up to new ideas and supporting you and helping yourself be a better person in the world. So definitely positive energy for those of you in a coupled relationship. Now, for those of you that are single and looking for love, let's see what's in store for you. One of the things coming up right away is you need more patience with yourself. You can be such a perfectionist, and that perfectionism kind of projects outward, and then it overlays on your partner or potential partner, and you dismiss them before they even open their mouth. So you want to be careful that you're not being too picky or that you're being too judgmental. And I know that you are with yourself, right? And so that's a reflection of, you know, a little more self-love on your part. And I'm not telling you to settle. I'm not telling you to, you know, date somebody who's beneath you. You know, if you think you're a 9, you know, you're not going to date what you perceive as a 2, right? Because there's got to have sexual chemistry and energy there. But what I'm saying is just be aware of your projection and of your perfectionism so that you can actually get to know somebody. You know, there's an opportunity this month to really have some fun and really get to know some people. But for some of you, you won't even say hello because they're too short, or their, you know, their breast size isn't the right size, right? Like, so there, I see these resistance to body type images or what somebody can look like. And every sign has this. I'm not saying that it's just the Leo sign. Every sign has in their own mind what their perfect partner looks like. What I'm saying to you is in this particular month, there's a lot more of that energy of projection of needing for somebody to be perfect is going to be present for you this month. You're going to be extra sensitive to the flaws that other people have. And I'm asking you not to be. I'm asking you to be aware of them, but don't let them stop you. Now, if it's a deal killer for you, like, okay, it's a moral issue, you know, I won't date somebody who's married and they're married, then of course, no, right? There's some things that morally you just won't do, right? Like, I won't date anybody who's not 18, right? Because that's a moral issue, that's a boundary. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about little frivolous things that, you know, they're 6 foot and I need somebody who's 6'4", you know, or, you know, she's 25 pounds overweight, I need somebody a little bit thinner. Those things like that, if you can overlook and just to get to know the person, there's something valuable there that you may learn for yourself or that you may get out of that relationship. So just consider that as you go through this month, when those nuances show up and push you away from somebody, stop and just notice it. Wait, is that just me and my judgment? Or, you know, am I being protected here and I just need to go the other way because they're actually psycho, right? And they're actually really bad news for me. So all I'm saying is don't automatically react, just notice, because if you can notice that it's more of a projection or you're really picky, then you can let go. And there's some really valuable information for you to get there. You might meet just an amazing person and an incredible soul. Case in point, this came in like 3 times, so I'm going to share it with you. When I met my husband, I remember thinking, wow, you know, he's not usually the kind of person that I would date. This was 30 years ago, right? We went out on one date and boom, the whole world changed. Since then, he's been the best looking guy for me ever. So it's like that, when you're able to kind of like let go of that initial reaction that we may have and you actually get to know the person, it changes when it's the right person and it's true love. It changes the perception so that now that becomes your new model and they actually now become your one, the one that you envisioned. So I'm just saying for some of you Leos out there, get out of your head, get more in your body, feel your way through it, and there's a chance for real love for you this month. All right, that was a long way around for me to say that. Now let's go to money and career for Leos. What's in store for money and career for you this month? There's an opportunity for you to invest in yourself this month. It may be education, it may be a new class, it may be a new book that you want to read, but there's something, some education that's available for you, and it may even be spending money on yourself. It could be getting a new look, it could be updating your wardrobe, but I see you investing in you. So this is a month where you're going to invest in yourself. So whether that means getting a specific degree, whether it's you know, registering yourself for a class and accreditation you need, whether it's upping your wardrobe, changing something about your lifestyle, but it is definitely reinvesting in yourself. So just know that money and career, you'll be asked to spend money on yourself, to invest in yourself, to advance yourself in your career this month. So not a bad thing. It's a good investment, and that's really going to pay off. If you're serious about it, it will pay off. Okay, so what else is in store for you guys this month, money-wise? Really depends on your focus. If you can really stay focused, you can really hit pay dirt. You can really start to create some momentum. And for some of you, wow, for some of you, you can take really big leaps really fast. And so that means you could get hired for some big job. It means that you could have, you could advance really quick. Some of you are a little afraid to go through the door because that means, wow, if I if I choose that, that's the direction where I'm going for the next 5 years, and that can be a little scary. Commitment can be a little frightening, but you're being asked just to trust and to go through that door. So just notice what's being presented for you in the area of career and money, because if you allow it, you can fly really fast, really far, really quick. So whatever's coming up for you, just breathe, get all the information, get all the details. But I really feel like there's some huge moves that you can make this month over other months that weren't there, and really project you and go from something that's really low to really high really fast. So meaning you can get hired for a really great job that you would go, wow, how the hell did I get this dream job, right? How did that even happen? Or you get somebody, you talk somebody into loaning you money for, a business idea that you have, right? So how did that happen? So just these really, what I would call dream job opportunities can be presented to you this month if you're focused and if you're proactive about it, that will really launch you. So your job is to believe in you, Leo, and use these eclipses to help you do that. Now, there's July 24th. There's also, July 24th is coming up. So around the actually the full total lunar eclipse, which is on July 27th. That day, I feel a little bit like nauseous around, like not quite sure what's going to happen that day. It feels a little bit of a roller coaster day. When energy is really kind of all over like that, that's usually when I just kind of do my best to observe and not get involved. Because what you'll notice is this month it's a really emotional month. A lot of people have heightened emotions. There's a lot of noise out there with opinions and ideas, and even a lot of Leos spouting them, right? Leos and Aries and, all our fiery friends out there. So just be aware it's a passionate month. You can step back and observe from time to time, pull yourself out of the game, so to speak, and have an awareness. You'll be able to hear the other side. You'll be able to see the other points of view. And it'll be easier then for you to get what you want, right? So just notice there are going to be different times this month where you're going to be kind of pulled back or feel the energy to pull back. Pay attention to that when you actually feel like, wow, maybe I should just listen, right? You're going to get these moments of clarity. Just listen, and then you'll know how to act. So just know that you're going to have this heightened sensitivity this month. That's coming from the Cancer energy, and that Cancerian energy is very sensitive. So you're going to be able to take advantage of it this month for yourself in career and business. So just listen, right? So when you're compelled to all of a sudden stop talking, know there's a reason for it, and then just listen, and that's going to really help to guide you. All right, so let's look at health and surprises this month for Leos, how your health is. Stomach is coming up, stomachs, sensitivity in stomachs. So some of you may, find that you have, more emotional things coming up this month in the stomach. You may find a little bit more sensitivity happening with your stomach, acid reflux, things like that. Tightness in the chest. These are all part, again, of sensitive things that could happen for you in your sign. So just be aware of that sensitivity so that you can, a lot of it's emotional. So just go into the emotions, feel it, let it go, and act on what you're being acted or what you're being guided to do. And then that will help to settle down. Any surprises for Leo this month? Well, one thing that comes up right away is to not judge yourself too harshly, not to be too hard on yourself, and not to be put too much pressure on yourself to be perfect or to have things look perfect. You want to give yourself a little more room for margin of error or mistakes, but at the same time, that doesn't mean to go into victim mode or to go into justify mode as to this is who I am, that didn't work, now it's not going to work, because it's also really easy this month to become pessimistic and doubtful and lose hope and think I'll never get there because of these eclipses that are happening. They eclipse things away from us. So we can have sudden loss. We can suddenly, our rent can escalate. We can suddenly, our car can break down. Suddenly, our plumbing on our house can break. Suddenly we can, look at, a tree falling on the house, God forbid, right? Like you can have these sudden bills come up or sudden doubt come up. So just don't want you to spiral down. What there is to do is just notice, pull yourself back from it. Just know you always have the answer. You're a Leo, right? So Leos always know what to do. That you can always gather the energy of the universe and move forward. The thing to do though is in the moment is not to get afraid. It's to stop, take a breath, assess the situation, and then you'll be able to move forward, right? So it's just kind of stepping out of that energy of shock or surprise. Some of you may get a surprise phone call for a job, maybe something you applied for 3 months ago or 6 weeks ago, and suddenly have an opportunity to go. So just know an old job may come back around because we have Mercury retrograde July 26th to August 18th in Leo. So something that you could have applied for before comes back again at the end of the month or in early August. Same with old relationships. People may come back into your life, or old opportunities or ideas even that you were going to launch or you were going to do may come back to be revisited. So just be aware the end of July and the first couple weeks in August, there could be an opportunity to really launch yourself in a career or something that you had in mind. Some of you may also during that time pick up and move. So just be aware that there's it's a forward momentum. It's not diminishing. So if you're being asked to move, know that this is a good thing. It's not, you're not going backwards, you're going forwards. So I want you to keep that in mind, because sometimes we think, oh my God, I've got to move out of my house and it's scary and I'm, and that, the money's not there or whatever. Don't think of it as a backward move. Think of it as like, no, this is what's needed. And I need to, and this is helping me move forward and open to my new future, because you have no idea where that move's going to take you and who the type of people you're going to meet along the way, or how it's going to adjust you so that another area of your life can shine. So just be aware of anything, be accepting of what's coming in this month, and so you can take advantage of it. All right, Leos, you've got an amazing month ahead of you, lots of energy to co-create and to build on yourself and on your amazing power and your self-esteem, and your ability to influence this month is like over the top. So just be aware you have this great influencing energy. Your job is to channel it, right? And not shoot it all over the place, but just to channel that influencing energy to get what you want. And the way to do that is by slowing down, having clarity, and then just going for it, because the universe will just shoot you out of cannon at it to get it, okay? So it's a really terrific month. All right, you guys, have a great July. Enjoy it. Be aware of the sensitivities around you. Don't take them all in, and I'll see you again next month.